Let's do some drawing today. How about this? Let's explore the human figure. I'm going to start with a pink marker. I've got a black marker ready to go. You can do this with pencil too, but by using this pink marker, I want you to see how I lay down the shape of a human figure and how I use a second layer to pull it all together. So the human shape is made, when you're drawing it, it's made out of shapes. In fact, anything you draw, you can break it down into very simple shapes. You might notice I'm using what kind of shapes? Some circles, some rectangles, and I'm just starting, I start by building the head, but you don't have to. It could be a fun experiment to start with the feet or an arm or a leg. But as I draw, I'm building these shapes. So here comes the head on this one. I'm going to pick the speed up a little bit. Arms are made out of two sets of rectangles. And that rectangle below the main body represents your pelvic bone, and the legs come out of that. And the legs are like the arms. They're made out of two rectangles. As I'm drawing these shapes, I'm putting the figures in dynamic poses, which means their arms and legs are doing something interesting. I don't know what they're doing exactly. I don't know what motion is happening, but it's fun to make their arms go up in different directions or out instead of just having them hanging at the side. This one looks kind of like it's flying. Now in this next one, I'm going to change the shape a little bit. Instead of doing rectangles, I'm doing cylinders. Cylinder for the body part, cylinder for the pelvic bone area, cylinders for the arms and legs, and this is the next step as you work through your figure. And the cylinders just sort of give more volume and depth to your whole shape. So I've got all these figures sort of mapped out with sort of rough shapes, and now I'm going to take my black marker and go in and start to bring things together and add detail like hair and some facial features. I'm not doing too much detail on the facial features or even the hands necessarily. I'm just pulling the big shapes together and smoothing them out. Where I've got really sharp angles, I'm making round lines and I'm connecting them. I'm doing things like adding clothes in, like this t-shirt here, in pants and shoes, and doing things like connecting the foot to the sneakers. That person looks like they're dancing to me. And then I just sort of go in and add details. I grew up swimming, so I always think about swimmers and how the motion is, how cool it is. It's like flying through the air, but you're in water. And I swam in college, and then I ended up swimming in the ocean when I got older, and I even made a whole comic book about swimming, so I like to draw swimmers. Throw a couple bubbles in there. Now this person I'm drawing from behind, so you can't really see the front of their head, just the back of them. And as I started pulling this together, I decided that what it looked like was maybe this was a person playing soccer. So I threw a ball in there and just some rough details to make it look like a soccer ball. So if you want to do this using pencil, you could just do light pencil lines first and then darker pencil lines and erase your other pencil lines. But you could use colored pencils as well, 2 different colored crayons. This is a really great thing to do in your sketchbook, just as practice. But also fun. You never know how these turn out, and one of them you might like the pose so much you can do a bigger drawing. So this is a way to experiment with figures. I hope you have fun with it, and good luck doing some drawing.